This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We had an incredible chat on the show yesterday.
Yes, we did.
We had the pleasure of an amazing guest, Dr. Vince Hurley. He is, of course, the man that we saw and that everybody hopefully saw on Q&A earlier in the week. He had some very strong opinions, highly educated opinions.
The man we need to listen to.
Yeah, and he's a criminologist at Macquarie University. If you did miss the chat, I really encourage you to go and have a listen. There's an extended podcast that you can find. But before we ended our chat with him yesterday, he had some really important things to say or messages to women and family. This was it here.
I would just like to say to all the girls and women out there listening that there are people in society that love and care for you, and no matter how hard it might be to break that bond, you and your children deserve far better.
I keep seeing the faces of women on the front of the newspaper who, seeing the face. It's just so upsetting.
I understand, Kate.
And I'm just sorry. Is that what encourages a woman to do what it is she should do, or what we all think that she should do, is stand up to the offender to keep herself safe. And then by doing that, she becomes less safe.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just hope that people listening, there's always this discussion about, I can't believe that person would stay with that person.
Yeah.
Or why don't they just up and go?
Yep.
Well, I don't think that any of the news that we've seen lately about women being attacked by their ex-partner and not getting the amount of support that they need to make the right decision for themselves and for their family, because they absolutely, it's their God-given right to feel safe. Don't ever question why somebody stays with somebody ever again.
No, it's not their fault.
You did such a great job.
Oh, it was so easy being guided by someone who knew exactly what they were talking about. Vince was incredible.
But extremely brave by you, Kate, to show us that emotion. And look, I also want to apologise yesterday as well. And a lot of people made me aware in that chat, because I was asking, and I know that this is a chat that you'll be having with your daughter May very soon about even letting her out in public, with what's going on at the moment, Kate. But I totally understand, and a lot of people made me aware that the number one chat that I should be having is with my two boys, and I totally understand that. We are having that. My wife and I, Belinda, are sitting down with the boys. It's actually... Do you know, it was great. We received an email from Houston's high school with the right journey and the passage, and they said, these are some of the points that you can sit down with your boys to talk about. But that is the number one issue at the moment.
That's incredible.
That males now need to talk to each other about this. We need to get on the front foot, because women have been screaming out for this for so long, and no one has been listening. So, fellas, you need to stand up. You need to be a man and talk to friends. And if you know about stuff like this, you need to do something about it.
I think Fitz, I step back when you say apology, because I don't think it's an apology required from you, because I think, like all of us, or especially in my position, I'm learning. I'm learning at 100 miles an hour. And I think everybody, as this conversation continues, is in the same boat. We're all gaining an understanding, and I suppose sometimes it feels like it's too late and we should have thought about this earlier and there should have been greater consideration earlier. But we're all piecing this together, which is so crucial at the moment. So,
well, it's the big thing now, right? Okay, so awareness is there. This is the most awareness that we've known about violence towards women, I think, ever in the whole debate that we've had, Kate.
Well, it's certainly the most we've been talking about it and being allowed to talk about it and say it loudly.
You get Dr. Vince on yesterday, Kate, and this is the thing. This man made more sense in 2 minutes on Q&A, but where do we go from here? Okay, so Anthony Albanese is going to spend $1 billion over the next 5 years, but are they going to take it a step further? And we talk about politicking all the time. But you know what? If you want to stay in power, Mr. Albanese, I think you and your government, you have a great opportunity here to make a difference, to make a real difference.
Yeah.
And we'll be watching you over the next few years.
All right, if you want to hear the full discussion, that is on the podcast of the Nova Player.
Fitz in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.